This is my video journal. It's not intended to be advice or guidance. I'm just expressing what I'm thinking and feeling in the present moment. I've been thinking a lot about what I really want, and it keeps coming back to the same central conclusion. I just want more time. I think that time is the thing that we're all trying to purchase, the thing that we're all trying to invest in. And as I'm unpacking that, I'm starting to have all these insights, so I thought I'd hit record. So what I mean by that is, like, I just want more time to figure it out, because I think the more free time I have, and I mean real free time, where there's no distractions, nothing going on in the background, and you can have all your feelings and emotions tornadoing inside of you, and that's fine, and doesn't matter. That's when I find the real important things emerge. And I think that's like one of the best insights that I can really give from like my whole journey, because I've sought out that space for myself and that time for myself, and realized that it's really valuable early. So the reason why I was thinking about it now is because I've noticed I'm on this part of my quest where I'm trying to prove to myself my own value. So I'm doing video marketing, I'm doing one-on-one work with people who want to figure out their own purpose in life, or like they're going through their own challenges and things. Doing holographic kinetic sessions as well, which I think is the fastest way to cut through all the bullshit and just actually know exactly what you need to do. But I've been taking on all kinds of really cool opportunities, but like doing things free and cheap, and like just so that I can get more validation that like what I'm actually offering is valuable. But the problem with that approach is that I'm not really proving to myself that it's as valuable as I would like it to be, because I'm not charging what I would like to charge. But that's not even the key. That's what I was thinking about that led me to this realization that we want to invest in time. The key is that, like, I would take on some opportunity and I would spend like all of my time, like so much more time than I was being compensated for, and I would get really emotionally invested in these opportunities, and so much so that, like, I was telling a few friends of mine actually that I've been contemplating just having a part-time job, just because there's clear boundaries in a part-time job where you go to work and then you finished work and then you don't think about it anymore. Like, I know you're still gonna bring emotions home, and you're gonna bring stories home, and you're gonna have experiences that are gonna stay with you, but I find with my creative work, it's all the thing that I want to let go of. The thing that's heavy to me right now is being a video guy, because I actually don't want to be a video guy. I want to be like I do want to be a video guy, but what I have to offer is much more than standing behind a camera. Like, I know how to produce engaging films that go viral, and I know how to build and market social media brands. Like, I know how to take you from 0 to 100 in 60 seconds, if you know what I mean. And I'm just like not doing that because I'm spending so much time and energy being a video guy, because that's what it's kind of the box that people are putting me in when I start working with them. And I try to offer all this extra stuff and show them all these tips and tricks and do all these incredible things. And because I'm I'm kind of giving it to people that aren't asking for it. It's not being received. So that's huge. It's scary for me to admit that to myself. It's probably a little bit scarier to admit it on camera. But it all comes back to this insight, like what I really want is time. Like I've sat with this for hours, days, and it just keeps coming back. Like the reason why it's heavy, the reason why you're unhappy is because you don't have time. And yeah, like I said, time for me isn't just like, it's not about the amount of hours. It's valuable time. It's quality time, time where you can really work through your own stuff without any distractions. You can have 6 hours in the afternoon after work that's free, but if you're still emotionally engaged with everything else that's been going on that day, or going on with your job, or going on with your relationship, or going on with whatever else in your life, then that time isn't really time. It's not the time that I'm talking about. It's it's being used up. Even though it appears free, it appears physically free, like you don't have to do anything in those moments. It's like you're not really free. Your mind isn't free. Your spirit isn't free. Your emotions are still, you're still working on stuff in the past, with your, processing the emotions and the thoughts and feelings. And that's why I like journaling too, because you can kind of just externalize it off your time track through a video journal. Okay, what's actually going on inside of me? Let's sort of get it out into words, blah, blah, blah. Okay, just learned something about myself, And there's this new feeling, especially with this particular thing that I'm trying to share now, where I really want this to be received. I really want this to make sense. Because if people could have more time, they would. This kind of time is where you imagine new possibilities for yourself. It's where you have those realizations, those epiphanies, where all of the dots connect. That doesn't happen when you're preoccupied or when you're distracted. You've really got to have big blocks of time. And I think when I was driving around the country, that was obviously, I reached a whole new level of quality time, because I was just by myself, with all my thoughts and feelings for the longest period of time ever. And then I went beyond that, over and over again. It just got deeper and deeper, and I was just learning so much about myself and having all these new ideas for the future. But then I sort of came back to the city and thought I had it all figured out, and I just started investing all of my free time again into everything. And now all my time is used up all the time. So I guess the smaller insight here, or the supplementary insight, is don't ever stop investing in time. Keep making time for yourself forever. It's the most valuable thing that you can ever do, because as soon as you don't have that quality time, this creative time where you're actually free and you're actually imagining new possibility for yourself, then you're stuck. Then all you can do is the patterns that you've already got, or the programs that you've already got, the behaviors that you've already got. And you almost forget. You almost just become automatic, and you're just it's like your free will is in this quality time that I'm talking about. I don't even want to get into the free will determinism debate, but if there is such a thing as free will for you, it disappears the more engaged you are, and the less space that you create for yourself to be free from all of the shit that's going on inside of you. it's that simple, like just stepping away from everything that's going on in the external and just sitting down with yourself, or laying in a hammock, or like sitting by a waterfall, going for a swim. Like, I know you're still engaged, you're still doing an activity, but like you're not. I think there's varying degrees of things that feel more free. Like walking through the forest, I feel more free than if I'm like engaged, editing footage and like replying to messages and emails, and people are talking to me, like all these layers, like just taking back those layers. And I guess that's what I meant when I was like driving around the country. Like, I thought that I'd stripped back all of those layers of distraction, and I'd really got in touch with myself. But when I was on the road driving around by myself for ages, I found new layers, and I found a new level of freedom behind all of that, especially with the simplicity of it. Like, it was just the swag under the stars, and like the esky and the tin of baked beans, or like banana and an apple. Like, it was the simplest. It's like the simplest I can imagine living in the 21st century. And that's when I really, like, I got to a point where I was joking, like, all I need to be happy is shade and water. Like, that's all I need to be content. And in that place, that's when all of my time felt free. Like, I felt like I just had all of the time. Every single day was dedicated to like exploring possibility and imagination and creating. But then that can be maddening as well, because at a certain point you just want to actually take action, and you want to start creating what you've imagined and all of that as well. But you can't, like, I think I also wanted to say, like, it's even harder to create this time for yourself if you are like working a proper 9 to 5 where it's 5 days a week and you've only got your weekend. Because this time that I'm talking about, if you're trying to create a new lifestyle for yourself, and you know that you've got to take all this action, like, for example, you've got a side business where you're going to sell like environmentally friendly hair products or something like that, and you know that it's like thousands of hours of work, thousands of hours of like problem solving, and then once you've figured out how you're actually going to develop and create the product and distribute the product, you got to market the product. Like, it's this huge thing, you know that. And then, like, if you're working a 9 to 5 and you've only got your weekends, you really need like a lot of that quality time again, not to actually take action, but to just like sit with yourself and process all of your emotions and reactions and everything before you actually try to do something. Because that's what I've been doing lately. Like, I've just been trying to force myself to do more things. Like, I'm already maxed out. Like, I'm already dealing with so much stuff that's, you know, it's just a really complex, multifaceted situation that I've put myself in, where I've got all different kinds of clients and expectations coming from all directions. So, well, that's all, it just feels busy inside of you. And then you're trying to be like, okay, I'm just going to put all that aside and I'm going to add more work to the pile. Like, it's just insanity. But it feels so crazy to, like, you've got your weekend, you've got 2 days. Okay, I want to like take action towards my goals and my dreams. What's the first thing that I need to do? Like, it might be just go down to the beach and be quiet for like an hour at least. And I think that's the best thing that you can give to yourself, is just that time. And the more of it, the better. And I do go as far as to say, like, save up money and create a window for yourself. And the very first time that I did that and really realized how incredible that could be was when I went to Thailand, saved up enough money to have 2 months off work, and went to Thailand and volunteered at a wildlife sanctuary, and then went to all of the diving islands and saw the countryside, and really like stayed in like $4 a night accommodation and stuff like that. Like just wasn't going over there for this huge holiday. I was investing in time. Like we're eating the cheapest food, we're doing the cheapest things, we were just appreciating the beauty of the country itself. We weren't out like doing all the fancy tourist stuff that's overpriced anyway. Like I really just wanted to go there and think about what I wanted to do with my life, and that's what I did. And it was massive. I come back and I had all these new ideas, and like so much changed so quickly. Just like moved to the dream apartment, started my dream like ideas, like actually taking action and creating something real that I could see in front of me and that other people could give me feedback on, and like sort of, yeah, that was the first time that I really realized that. But people just want to go straight from like, I don't want to, like I just want to be free, and they just want to like have it. And I guess even now at the point that I'm at, I'm still trying to figure out how to be more free. Like I'm still figuring out how to buy more time. And I do believe that eventually, like right now I shouldn't even be complaining about not having time, but like I do believe that eventually I'll have it. I'll have created a lifestyle for myself where it all feels free. Like even the things that I'm doing that are work are going to be what I really want to do, and they're going to be totally in alignment, and like it's going to feel free, and it's not going to feel like I'm like saving up to escape. Like I'm saving up to invest in more free time. Like everything's going to feel free. That's my goal. But I just wanted to share this in this way because I want people to know that it's ongoing, and it's like an incremental thing. You're just like, we're all trying to figure out how to be content and how to feel fulfilled and how to be like who we really want to be. And for some people, like, don't make the mistake of thinking that people aren't happy because you wouldn't be happy being them. For some people it is as simple, like they already did it. Like they're actually the winners. Like the people that are like, they've got the minimum wage job and like maybe a pet cat, and they just play video games or something. Like as much as like it hurts me to even imagine that for myself, it's their life, and who is anybody to judge anybody else's happiness? Like I read something recently about like affluence, and affluence is like, an affluent society is a rich society, a society where everybody has everything that they want and everything that they need. And we're actually technically less affluent now because there's so much available to us, but nobody can access it because we've created these ridiculous expectations and social norms where like we're all supposed to have like the flash car, the white picket fence, the big house, like everything going on. Whereas like it could be argued that a more affluent society was actually a more quote unquote primitive society where everybody was more equal, and like, you knew where your next meal was coming from, and there wasn't all these extra expectations, and there wasn't this like excessive overabundance of production that was actually being wasted because people couldn't afford to purchase the food and the products and all that, So that came to mind because I'm just thinking about how like really you're as rich as you think you are, or like you're as happy as you think you are, or you're as free as you think you are. Like if your life is, if you're happy with what you're doing, then you're the winner. And I guess that's like the main takeaway. Like if we're always striving and we're always trying to be more than what we are, then that's what really weighs on us. But if you do want to keep striving, the insight that goes with that is you need to invest in more time. You don't need to invest in more fancy equipment or like faster cars or bigger house or any of that shit. You just need to invest in more time. You just need to get away and start imagining. So if you got anything out of this video, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Click the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already, and go check out the links in the description below because there's heaps of cool stuff going on.